Jacob?
Mhm.
Receipts right here. This is tonight's agenda.
Yeah.
This is in the city budget book. Last year, and this is the court docket I have paid for the period of this judge. This should to somebody in court. I'll just give you those copies.
Thank you. Original depot.
That 41, I don't know. That was a whistle that was purchased, also by Down Street, which they paid.
That's what I kind of figured it was, because I remember I had an email conversation.
My cool neighbor, I think,
Yeah.
the driver.
Yeah, because they were asking about getting repurposed or.
That was probably something to do with that. They've been doing work on the brush off.
Okay. Some sort of metal aspect to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, according to that clock back there, it's 7 o'clock. So we'll use that. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you would please stand with me, we'll recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we transact any business, I'd like to introduce Jacob Manbeck. Jacob, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, or?
Sure, I'm Jake Manbeck. I practice in Iola. I've been practicing for about 9 years. I'm from Humboldt. I do know some of you, but I look forward to getting to know all of you. So, a little bit about me.
Welcome.
We have an item that needs to be added to the agenda. If you would go down, item number 7, Maintenance Department, Transit and Tilt Blade is to be added down there. Are there any other additions that need to be made to the agenda? There being none, I would call for an approval of the agenda as published and amended.
Go ahead. Make a motion that we approve the agenda with the additions.
We have a motion
A second.
and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, either raise a hand. The minutes will reflect that the motion passed unanimously. You also have included in your package a copy of the minutes of our last meeting. What is the pleasure of the council regarding those minutes? Sure.
I love it. They're just now reading them.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I
as
like
maybe
that.
as well.
Thank you. We have a motion to approve the minutes as published. Is there a second?
Second.
And a second by Ron. Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand, please. Thank you. Citizens call for business. And Rachel Anderson? Well, I'd like to welcome you, those of you who came this evening. Hopefully it'll be a informative meeting.
I have a question up there.
Yes, please.
When are we going to get some form of police in this town?
We'll have that on our agenda. It has been a discussion item, but we're trying to find the right fit is the problem.
Can I ask a follow-on question to that?
Yes, sir.
Don't mind? If I may ask, what do you see, and I'm just curious, because I want to, then this is why I'm asking, I'm gonna go around and start polling people that I see floating around. I hear that we need law enforcement in Little Harbor quite a bit, and I understand that. What is the concerns, everyone, that you guys have of why we would need law enforcement, other than the sheriff's department?
People running stop signs consistently
Okay.
out here.
That includes
Speeding
city
up and down the
police,
roads
stop signs.
consistently.
And that's why I'm asking, because I want to make sure I'm on the same page you guys are
Right.
of why we're requesting that. So, sir, what's your name, if you don't mind me asking, and what was your comment?
My name's Rick, and I was following Penny down the street one day. She came up on South Broadway stop sign, went right through it
Okay.
in city car. And I live on 4th and Harrison. Everybody runs the damn thing,
Okay.
and it's a 4-way stop. I even yell at people and they just keep on going.
And that's why I wanted to ask, because for me, when I think law enforcement, and this is just me personally, and this is it, I'm thinking major criminal activity going on. And that's where my mind automatically goes, from the cities and places I've lived in. These are valid, and that's why I wanted to make sure I wrote them down, so that way I'm on the same page you guys are. I can change my mindset as to why. Because to me, just, I just think of a quiet town like we are from in my little bubble. Oh, we're doing quite well, but that's why I wanted that information there.
And then my neighbor's house got broke into.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there's constant break-ins, there's,
That's out of the back of my own truck.
Okay.
Yeah. And speeding. They use Broadway as a speedway.
Yeah.
they use McKinley as a
Main
speedway.
Street and Broadway.
They
and
turn
Harrison.
down there by Mark Wagner's house, or turn on 11, go around Mark Wagner's house and speed down Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison, Broadway, and Main Street's the worst, and people flying down.
Let me ask our city attorney a question. If someone's violating one of those laws, and you catch their license, and you call the sheriff's office, take it from there. What happens?
They really can't issue a citation or anything because they didn't witness it. However, they can certainly make a note of it. And the more frequent those calls are made in, I would like to assume that they would start to patrol out here a little bit more, if those calls are becoming more and more frequent.
And personally, to answer your question, a thing that bothers me is people speeding up and down Main Street. Now particularly that school's out and we've got kids riding around on their bicycles.
And then we've got the obvious drug houses in
Right.
town.
Yeah.
It just, since we lost our former cop, there has been a lot in this town, and you weren't here when we had our former cop.
Actually, I was here when he was here.
Oh, were you?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I think since then, this town has just kind of went down the drain, really bad.
Okay.
In many ways.
Scott, on your vision of the police department, 4th of July is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a nightmare holiday for our mayor. The citizens know they cannot call dispatch. They can't, call the after-hour number like normal when there's a utility emergency.
Right.
Sheriff's Department will not do anything because they will not enforce our city ordinances.
Mm-hmm.
So the mayor is bombarded. We have had a police officer reach out to us in March, which was employed here before, offered to come over here and work part-time evenings.
Mm-hmm.
As of yesterday, he still has not been addressed
Okay.
on his offer.
I didn't know there was an offer for that.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
Joe,
I didn't know there was an offer on it.
Yeah. he offered to come over here with part-time evenings because he has a daytime.
Right.
But it would be nice for coverage, especially because they're allowed to shoot fireworks, what is it, June 27th through July 5th. And Harry's gonna get overloaded with phone calls and complaints.
Well, and also, I mean, I know, I've seen online, I've also commented online on Facebook.
And I won't comment back.
Right.
But I read it.
But not only for animals' sakes and things like that, but we have a lot of veterans that live out here. And a lot of veterans have been to war.
Yeah.
And the fireworks
We're not gonna be able to stop fireworks.
no.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that they need to be, okay, when you say the time limit is from this time to this time,
Yeah.
Like last year, there was people that on the 4th were blowing them off till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
And the mayor was out there in the middle of the streets fighting with them.
And,
I remember that.
Yep.
it would be better if we had somebody that enforced our ordinances, not just for the 4th,
Mm-hmm.
but was able to enforce our ordinances overall.
Right.
There's a lot of concerns, there's a lot of people that are concerned. But I guess they're too chicken to come up here and complain because I'm the only one here out of the 10 people that I talk to. So, I'm just saying. Thank you for listening to me.
And thank you for answering my question as well.
You bet. Okay, any other citizen concerns? Unfinished business. Jack Whiting, and I asked Ron and Cindy to have a conversation with Jack, and so could you share with the council?
Yeah, okay, okay. First of all, they are in compliance with the variance. They installed new windows, exterior siding, insulation, replaced the home on the approved foundation. And they also got the right building permits that were required. They are also in compliance with our mobile home ordinance, right down to the nitty gritty, and I don't see any reason why we can't give them the variance and just move forward.
Cindy, what would you add to that, or?
We were doing research with our ordinance and stuff, and they are kind of misleading and double mentioned, so I think we need to get that, like have a workshop and go over that.
That's already been cleaned up. I think you were here, Scott wasn't here, Ron, you were here. That's already been cleaned up. And nowhere in our ordinance does it state that they can have skirting. Nowhere. And the variance has already expired. It's over with.
So what are we fighting them about?
The stem wall, that's in the ordinance, not skirting.
That is in the ordinance in about 3 different places in 3 different ways.
The stem wall is in your city ordinance. You have it right there?
I've got it right here.
Okay.
Somewhere, well, maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Okay. Keep going.
Okay, there's the foundation.
Mhm.
There's the stem wall. Read that. Concrete, concrete block, or brick.
Okay, but you also got right here where it says,
That's the definition of what a manufactured home is. See right there? Definition.
it says with or without a permanent
Permanent foundation.
foundation.
Those are definitions of a
Okay, it
manufactured
says
home.
with or without.
That's a definition.
Okay.
Our city code states must have stem wall foundation.
Well, there's too many different.
And the
things.
variance, they were in default of the variance. You have the variance with you?
Yeah.
Kenny gave you all that. No, that's not it. Oh, yeah, it
It
is.
is.
Right here. Right here. Where's the approved foundation?
Okay,
And it never got signed.
well,
Never.
I know why they didn't sign it. They signed it because of these reasons right here. That they
And-
feel that it is wrong for us to tell them, that we can tell them that, okay, I own the ground and you own the house, but if you move, the city has the right to approve who moves in there.
Ron, you were in the meeting, you made the motion to grant the building permit as long as the foundation was put in place before the wheelchair ramp. We've also got minutes where their son approached them and found out it was a Kansas law and they will be fixing the foundation. So you made the motion to approve, go ahead and pre-approve that building permit on the stipulation that the stem wall was being placed.
Yes, I did.
And they didn't do it. So they were,
Well, they
they
are-
violated everything we've offered
Okay.
3 different times.
Okay, well then our code officer is not doing her job.
She is. She sent them a letter, giving them 30 days to fix. Mr. Whiting came up to me. I already knew he'd been here 3 times. And I said, Jack, it states right there. It can't get any more plainer. I said, if you don't like it, he goes, well, I want to make it right. I said, call the mayor. You can sit down with the mayor and the code officer. Well, he sends it on to you two, which he should have really sat down with the code officer and Jack and went over of why she sent that. Go ahead and stand on that, let her do her job, and have him come tell the judge why he shouldn't have to follow city code.
Now, just a minute.
We have another new home going in that's already harping on Penny because they're building the stem wall because that's on city code, wanting to know why they're getting away with not.
Now, up here at the top of this, it says this is a council.
I understand that, but I'm trying to help direct, Harry.
Well-
That's all I'm trying to do. We'll get to, okay, just keep going.
Yeah.
We'll get to the end of this.
So, and I'm not objecting to your comments, Michelle.
Mhm.
Uh,
But a wise city attorney once told all you, and I think you were mayor at the time, if you're not gonna follow your city ordinances, throw them out. That's all your employees have to go on. Mr. Manbeck,
Whatever.
am I not correct on that?
I would say you're correct.
You've got to be fair to everybody, because the next person that's gonna be in here is the citizen that's upset because she's having to put a stem wall up. And she's gonna ask all 5 of you, why do I have to do it when they don't? And how are you gonna answer her? I'm trying to take the pressure off of you guys.
So you've heard the
They're still not in compliance.
discussion.
Right,
They're still not in compliance.
right. And their letters should stand.
Because the only reason why we let them go ahead and build that ramp was for them to put the stem wall up.
Mhm.
That was the agreement. You can have the ramp if you do the stem wall.
Mhm.
Because they were gonna lose that ramp. You were sitting, I think, pretty much right there.
It was a grant.
It was a
That's
grant
right.
that they had, and that they've been fighting the stem wall for like a year, I think, pretty much, a year or so.
Well, beginning of the year.
Well, almost, we're halfway through, and we've been fighting them on that stem wall. and they were told multiple times to have that stem wall done, and her son promised, or his son, whoever's son. And the only reason why we gave them the okay to do the wheelchair ramp if they do the stem wall. They still don't have the stem wall
You're
done.
right. You're right.
So if we don't put up a stem wall, what are you gonna do? What are you guys going to do to us?
You're out of
page are you on?
compliance on it,
What page are you on?
I thought we were supposed to be trying to get people in
We are,
a veterans
but-
place. We have so much crap, is my word, places around here.
But
They
you
made
still
that
have to
place
follow
look
the
good, do
ordinance.
good. I mean, it's a trailer house, it's not a double wide or a.
But you gotta be fair to everybody, regardless who they are.
Okay.
Or you've opened, I mean, Pandora's box is already open.
On the web, that's why I was looking.
Well, I'm sure they'll get a lawyer and try to fight, is that wording in that,
Or the
ordinance is not
18
the way it should be.
Okay.
Obviously, I might be mad too.
It was written and passed, I mean, it was written by an attorney and passed by council.
Doesn't make it right.
No. So that's the rule.
I wonder why nobody wants to live here. I mean,
So
I already had my issues with, we moved in, the city was supposed to pay for the lines and help put them in, we had nothing, still have not got reimbursed, talking to or anything, so. I mean, there is a lot of things that's supposed to be followed, that's not being followed in this town, so. We're lucky we can even get anybody that wants to live here.
But in the same sense, you gotta follow the ordinance. Regardless if you live here, Iowa, Schmidt, Humboldt, you still gotta follow the ordinances.
Does it specify whether it's single wide or double wide?
It says manufactured home. You got the ordinance, or does he have?
I got nothing, I'm digital over here.
So we have a recommendation from the two council members that met with the Whitings.
Yeah, the definitions, and then you go to this as part of your definition. Because if you look at it, for the ordinance, and it shows the definitions up, and it explains what it is and what's a manufactured home and what's a mobile home. And then when you go into your ordinances, it shows on that one page, it has to have a symbol. Because there's a difference between a definition and the ordinance, writing an ordinance.
In another paragraph, it says you can have a pure foundation. That's what we did. I mean, we spent a lot of money putting that trailer house in because we wanted to live in your town. We don't have to live here.
So, maybe we should ask Jacob to look at the documents.
Real quick, real fast, just because I need clarification right now, because I am looking at stuff and you're looking at ordinance number 1807, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I'm going through ordinance number 1807, I have the definitions. We have a definition of a manufactured home, which states a big fat paragraph. We have a definition of a mobile home, and we have a definition of a modular home. We also have in paragraph 9-102 says factory built homes are authorized with the information. Paragraph 9-103 says factory built home regulation, more factory built homes. We come down here to all the way past paragraph 9-103 jumps to 9-104 says building permits. I'm looking at an ordinance that is for mobile homes. There's nothing in this ordinance that tells me what I can do or can't do for a mobile home. This ordinance does not, in my personal opinion, does not pertain to a mobile home in any way, shape, or form.
And that's what we've got, is
And-
a mobile home.
Correct, and this ordinance that we're looking at, that when I pull up the website, List of ordinances, we have our buildings and construction, followed by the mobile home ordinance of 2018. I opened that one up. Ordinance number 18107, or 1807, says it's amending the La Harpe City Code by enacting a new chapter for Article 9 relating to the placement of factory-built homes within the city of La Harpe and repealing ordinance 1754. It even states right here in this, to me, in the title here, it says replacement of factory-built homes. So, by definition here, a mobile home is 8 feet wide, because it can go down the highway, and 36 feet long. We talk nowhere in here about mobile homes. So when we're saying a home has to be on a stem wall, we're talking about a modular home, or a factory-built home. We are not talking about a mobile home anywhere in this
All
ordinance.
three of those homes are mentioned in that. And then there's guidelines to follow with roof, footings, stem walls.
In what I'm looking at in the ordinance number 1807, I got manufactured home, definition. Mobile home, definition. Modular home, definition. Factory-built home, definition.
What's a factory-built home? All three of those.
Factory-built home means a factory-built home, mobile home, or modular home. Okay? Concur. Factory-built homes authorized. A factory-built home is less than 10 years old, may be permitted for residential. We all concur with that one. See, and that's where the issue is coming up to right there, because we're all focused on the manufactured, we're focused on the mobile, and we're focused on the modular, but we're not looking at all the definitions through here. So when you take out the factory-built home paragraph in here, it does not mention anything. And that's because it's a smaller blurb that doesn't really stand out, because I did miss it.
Yeah, the top page is only definitions of what your home is.
Well, I got
And then
one
the
big
bottom
page.
is what is required to place that home of that age.
It appears that we have some confusing documents, maybe.
I think the confusion, and this is just me, this is the first time I've seen it.
Right.
It's the first 10 seconds I've seen it, but I can see where the confusion is coming from, is because you have the definitions of 3 different types of homes, and then the definition in subsection D, 9-101 subsection D, encapsulates all 3 of those types of homes.
And I'm in the same boat you are, because I believe, in my personal opinion, it should read definitions. A factory-built home consists of the following, or something to that statement, and then you go through, so it'd be.
Or something like the city of La Harpe recognizes 3 different types of factory-built homes: A, manufactured; B, mobile; and C, modular. But they would all fall under the factory-built home, which this does, but
Right.
it's written in a way which I can see where they skim over it. But
Because I
it does
personally
mean
did.
factory-built home. So this applies to all manufactured, mobile, and modular homes.
Mhm.
It was written in attorney language.
Trust me,
Yeah, you really gotta read.
I see
Fine
it.
lines.
I see it all the time. So.
So in reality, they're still not gonna say. Yeah. So they're still recording. That's what factors into it.
It's probably inappropriate to ask you to give us an opinion without giving you some time to think about it, Jacob, so.
I would appreciate some time.
Sure.
To actually look at and read the
I'll send
entire.
that to you, I mean, myself a note.
Thank you.
Let's see where we are legally. We've heard thoughts from the two council members that have looked at it, and so this will need to be an item at our next meeting.
So should we go ahead and put it on the special meeting on the 30th or the next meeting, council meeting? Because we have a special meeting for the condemning, can we add on to that one? Or do you want to wait
That's you guys' decision.
till, to that special meeting at the end of June, or do you want to wait until the actual council
We
meeting in
have to
July?
give them enough time.
That's 3 weeks, it's
Sure.
two-ish weeks.
It's plenty of time.
Okay.
You want to add it to
Yes.
June 30th?
Yep. And not keep dragging it out.
So I'll have to do a change to it.
Okay.
Second item, dump truck.
He couldn't get all the hours in suspension on all of them, they wouldn't call that.
Well, some of them were sold.
Yeah.
Is this in order of priorities?
Would
No,
you
that's
like
just what Keith handed me there.
Michelle to give you a copy of the variance too?
Yes, that'd be great.
And the ordinance, yeah.
And she's already made note of the ordinance.
Are we ready to buy a dump truck tonight?
Did he get bids on our truck to see what it's gonna cost to fix it?
I don't think so. Don't know that we asked him to.
We need to see what the actually is gonna cost, because they've been driving the heck out of it here lately, and if they're having issues with it, why are we still driving it? You know,
Yeah, they got work to do. You want him to get bids on ours?
yeah. I mean, if it'll save us $20,000 or whatever, you know, and it costs 5%.
40? 40.
It would be better to fix what we got if it's
If it's fixable.
fixed.
If it's a reasonable price too, to
Yeah.
keep it.
So
With the-
table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Table to July.
And I'm not even gonna pass this around.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Does he-
40.
Do you want to see it?
Oh, the dump truck, sure.
Did you want to see it? I'm sorry.
No.
After our call-out policy, what are we discussing there?
Nothing got solved last month, so
Okay.
it's still open.
Pardon?
It's still open, active.
Okay.
I think everybody's got a copy of the employee handbook with the call-out stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, the on-call pay is on the second page. Jacob, I think I gave you a copy of this stuff as well that we're addressing.
Yep, you sure did.
Yep.
Okay, so you use the term call out, and then we have on call. They're not one and the same. To me, because to me, if you're on call, then you're responsible for whatever we do to the water, the lagoons, whatever, okay? If the call-out policy means we have an issue and we need additional help. That's the way I'm viewing it.
So that's like
If we had a water leak, if we needed an extra set of hands.
Has to call somebody to come in and help them if we have a water leak or electric or whatever. That's on call. I mean, that's call out.
That's call-out, that's the way I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And on-call means whoever's on call for the
On-call,
weekend,
yeah.
they're responsible for
Whatever. Yeah.
whatever the water sewer,
happens
whatever
at
they
that
do.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, or,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
But Harry's issue last month, the first call-out he did, each employee got 2 hours call-out pay. And nobody could fix the issue.
So,
Okay. Which brings us to another issue is if we can't fix it, who do we call?
Been asking that question for 2 months now.
You know?
Well,
Who's willing to provide us with additional support when we
the
cannot?
problem hasn't changed in the last few years.
Basically, yes.
Basically, the problem is that,
Well, it hasn't, because we had people, we had called out before who have changed their philosophy in terms of when they want to work.
how do you mean?
We would rely on Kurt Jackson, and he would come out on weekends or evenings, and now it's my understanding that that is not the case.
Right.
They don't do
And we had,
emergencies where we had used them in the past.
yeah, where we had employees that were qualified to do it. I've suggested, I reached out to a community, Neoda Shea has offered to come over and help at no charge. We can go over there and learn from them, no charge. Joe Stotler has offered for our guys to come over and watch him. He is being shadowed by Craig over there that's been electric for 30 years. He's offered to come over and help. And then there was a contractor that I emailed Cindy and Harry on from Chanute that has offered to come over and do contract services and teach the employees, but nothing's been. And Carol Busby submitted an application. He used to work here. So right now, our guys are learning from Google and YouTube.
So the large problem is that we have employees that
We have an
are not-
educational problem, is what we
that
have.
are, that are not qualified or licensed in some cases to do the
And
job.
I've looked at the duty descriptions that states you will have education. I can pull it up on an email real fast, won't take but a minute. But it talks about employees will be educated in their field, whether they are in the electrical department, the water department, or the maintenance department, or the roads department. It states that, if I recall correctly, and I could get the wording a little bit off, when it comes to a CDL, they need a CDL as well. When an employee to me is, if we go through and offer training, which to me we need to do, we need to offer training to ensure our city maintenance workers are prepared. Where I work, do not send an employee to go mess with a 480 panel without having arc flash training. If we're sending these gentlemen to go, ladies and gentlemen, to go work on an electrical panel with all of this stored energy, what do they do? Do they know how to release the stored energy safely? Whether that's air, water, electric, pneumatic, it makes zero difference. Are they using proper lockout, tagout procedures? Are they using proper this and proper that? I know the answer to it, so we're just gonna leave it as a rhetorical.
Right.
Because they don't know. They have a position, they're doing the best they can. We as the city are not affording them the education that they need. My recommendation is we need to afford them the recommendation. I don't care who comes over, free, contracted, or whatever the case may be for whatever department. We have 3 city workers and 3 departments. We really have 3 departments and 3 city workers in each one because they got split their time between all of them. So they all 3 need to be well-versed as best as we can in all departments. So we need to offer the recommendation, if the employee does not want to drive to go to Neoda Shea, or Neoda Shea comes here and they refuse to receive the education, then the individual needs to be counseled. The individual needs to know, this is your expectation. You have your job description here stating what you need to do. If they fail after whatever time limit we agree upon, then we need to find somebody else to take their place. Because we don't need to just be stringing people along as our infrastructure continues to go south. And that's one of the things we've all been charged with, is to improve the infrastructure within the city of La Harpe. And by not having qualified employees to do that, we are setting ourselves up for failure. And so that's my recommendation. We need to send these individuals to become educated, so that way they can work safely. They are under our charge to ensure that they go home to their families every night with all fingers, all toes, and their life. And if they're not properly trained, we're just waiting for something to happen.
Right, you were very right.
Agree.
Is
I
there
agree
anyone
with you
disagrees with
100%.
that?
Yes. Kudos, Scott, seriously, thank you.
Now, the implications are, first of all, we'll offer the training. Secondly, if they either refuse or are unable to complete the training, that we're gonna be looking for other employees.
That's the implied right there. It doesn't need to be come out to be stated. It does, that's not, where, in my personal opinion, it does need to be stated.
Sure.
But if you will get the message when you start getting looked at differently and tones and voices come across differently when you're not, if you're not out there helping your peers complete the task that's at hand because you don't know what you're doing. And then it'll trickle itself right back into here from the city employees that employee A doesn't know about electrical enough to know that we need to do these steps prior to doing anything. And I'm not saying that we need to have a subject matter expert in electric, a subject matter expert in water, and a subject matter expert in roads and ditches. That doesn't mean the other two don't know at least the basics or just above the basics as well.
Wastewater too.
Yes.
Gotta throw that in there.
And besides that, they offering us, let us send them down to wherever, is there any more classes coming up we can send them to?
I look at KMU, you know, there's overhead, there's underhead, there's transmit, or
And we have been sending
transformer.
people to
Okay.
those classes and water classes.
Well,
So,
Keith,
okay.
I think the city council should sit down with each employee by themselves and get their feedback on what they're having to deal with.
Absolutely. We need
But
to
I
have,
think it would be better if they were each by themselves so they could speak openly and it not go anywhere.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It needs to be the five of us
yep.
and the city employee. And they can speak whatever words that want to come out of their mouth, so that way the five of us can document what needs to take place. And then we can make an action plan to go through and make sure that
Because Keith
this is taken care of.
Keith has been to overhead, he's been to underground, he got ill on the transmission connection, and all these classes are at a KMU facility in McPherson, real nice facility, but they actually, the overhead, I don't know about the underground, but the overhead, they actually go up in the bucket truck. In fact, I think we might have taken our bucket truck over, and they play with connecting wires and doing work,
Mhm.
but it's a simulator
Mhm.
where it'll buzz and the instructor will say, hey, you just electrocuted yourself and now you're dead. You know,
Right.
they get to play with that kind of stuff and try to get comfortable with it.
Mhm.
So Keith has been to both of them, and they're every year, they're once a year, but every year. He has not been to the transmission connection. And I know we've got a poll over here that the mayor submitted a work order a long time ago. Both of them are uncomfortable because you can see it's got hardware on it. And they're not comfortable with that. And I don't think Google or YouTube is gonna keep them safe.
But I am going to stop us right here because we have diverted from where we were at on the agenda. Because we were talking about after hours call out policy and not duty job descriptions.
But this was valuable discussion, Scott.
Correct. But I didn't want to, I don't want us to get sidetracked too far, because I could,
Right.
you talk about infrastructure, I can get on that bandwagon for hours. And I'm gonna keep everybody, it's about to be everybody's bedtime here shortly.
We don't need another 10 o'clock.
No, we don't.
So, I'm trying to put this together into something. Is it your proposal that we have a discussion and invite those 3 employees in one at a time?
Absolutely.
And talk about training and job requirements and
Okay, before I make this motion, I'm gonna make a caveat. I had the job descriptions and they're very vague. Before we call them in there, do you want me to clean them up, the job descriptions, pass them out to everybody so we can all be on the same page?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I will clean up the job descriptions, pass them out, we'll all and I'll send you two, so that way I'm not missing something in there.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure that everybody's on the same page, we all understand it. We will classify this as an initial counseling with the employees. I call them counseling just because it's the military way, I apologize. But their initial counseling, here's your expectations, and the standard will be set that day. They will be able to come in here at the same time. Once they're finished, we'll give them the initial counseling, and then that's the day that they sign and date that document. And after we all sign and date that document as well, that's the day they'll be held accountable.
Sounds good.
Any discussion?
Harry, on the after-hour call-out policy to eliminate overtime, the compensatory time can go in place with that.
Sure.
That was never, because that item's been deleted from the employee handbook.
Well, there's no compensatory time?
No, page 2, it's highlighted at the bottom. It got deleted back in 2025.
So then it's, at this time, it's a non-issue. So remove compensatory time versus overtime from the agenda for this evening.
So you rather pay overtime?
We have no choice.
Okay. Or you could take,
If we don't have compensatory time.
the council can put it back in and not pay overtime. It's up to the council.
I'm all for saving $1, but I'm also all for minimal staffing needs to work maximum hours.
If it's over 40, it's not the council's or the mayor's choice whether they have overtime. It's the law.
Right.
You're not
But it could-
suggesting that we,
But it could be overtime, or they could save it and turn it into comp time. And the comp time adds up, you know, whatever you guys set it at, and they can use it for like a day to go to the doctor. You're not paying overtime, like if they get 2 hours overtime, then they're getting 3 hours comp time.
time and a half.
Yes, yep, at regular pay, yep.
We don't have a policy that allows us to do that at this time.
No, because it was removed from the handbook, but the council can put it back in.
Sure. Is that something the council wants to do?
Not really. I personally don't.
Not at this time.
Not at this time, no.
Yeah,
So no action.
okay.
Okay.
Utility poles and anchors.
Yeah, there's,
There's a couple of pieces to it.
the anchors are on the first page, the utility poles are the next two.
And is this in addition to what we seen last month too?
The anchors is still the same. Utility pole, he did get a bid from Bill,
I see what it is.
yeah. And Stella Jones.
So Bell wants 15,000 and Stella Jones wants 7.
Yeah, we normally go with Stella,
Well, yeah.
yeah. But he was told to get another bid, so.
Which obviously is the right move.
I'm gonna ask.
That's the one that's 15.
I'm
The
looking.
Bell is 15,000. Because you have,
Versus,
it's 12 times 970.
Gotcha.
And then the labor cost on top of that, so you basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was, what I was doing, This one
Oh.
and that one went together, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
where
No,
are
that's
you
the
looking
anchors.
at?
That's the anchors.
Okay, my next question is, why do we need 10 telephone poles? For 12 telephone poles?
We need to have a few, if we have a storm,
Right over by the house, there's a whole stockpile of them.
There's not.
Those aren't ours. Ours are over by the animal.
yeah.
Those belong to
Those
the
are-
phone company.
Okay,
Yeah.
that would be why.
Yeah, ours is over here by the animal shelter.
So how many do we have over there now?
8 or 10?
7, I don't know.
Plus, do we get a price break if we order, we have to order so many to get
I think we got 7 over there.
a discount?
So that's 15 of those.
So routine maintenance plus whatever.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that I know where they're actually properly stored at, that
City
changes the whole
stuff's up by the
thing.
kennels.
Yeah. So what is the pleasure of the council? That we accept the low bid?
So we get the anchors from border states and from one I should say from one location and poles from another. Is that how that generally works? Okay.
Do you want to go with Stella Jones or do you want to go with that? So you want the anchors from border states and you get Stella Jones? Is that what you're thinking?
Well,
Nearby?
Stella Jones didn't bid on the acres, did they?
No,
No.
no.
You get anchors from border state and then you'll get your poles
Poles
from
from
Stella
Stella
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
That's what I,
Yeah. I make a motion that we purchase the anchors from border states and the poles from Stella Jones
In the quantities that are.
in the quantities that are specified within the quote.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand, please. Motion passed unanimously. At our last meeting, Scott presented a street maintenance plan.
That's a street plan. Just so you got it. So on the street maintenance plan, what we talked about last month, I have zero update for you, to be honest with you. So I've emailed the proposal, the scope of work and the proposed scope to Jeremy at the county, approximately a week and a half ago. But I've been working 12-hour days, so I sent this at like late at night. And I have not had a chance to get over there or make a phone call. I am gonna have to physically go in there and find out what's going on. If not, I'm gonna have to attend the next county commissioner meeting and figure out how to get this stuff squared away. Because right now, I'm kind of getting ghosted a little bit on it.
Another thought is that right now, oil prices are exceptionally high.
Correct.
Um,
And what I was really wanting from him is the plan of a 4-year time frame, breaking it down. Is this a feasible plan or not? Yes or no? If it's a feasible plan, I need you to tell me it's feasible. If not, I need to know so I can break it down a little bit smaller and stretch it unfortunately to 5.
So the county will they support?
Correct. I need to know if they can support the timeline we're looking at more than anything. I understand oil prices are high because I just read in the paper that the city's,
paying 20% higher.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, that's a little tight for us to want to jump on that so aggressively right now. But the feasibility factor is,
So what are our options? Obviously, we could delay, not particularly a good option, though.
I don't have the answer for you as of yet, but once I come up with an answer of what I think we can do with these roads, I got thought processes, but I don't like the thought processes because it's gonna tear up the roads worse than, sadly, you can always add gravel and compact it and go to try to fill in some of the potholes that are in the streets to make them a little bit better, but what all that gravel's gonna do is chew up the necessary asphalt that's underneath of it, and then we're gonna have to peel all that loose gravel back off of it to get us back down to the asphalt for when they do come through a chip and seal.
Have you thought about what Bettis would cost just to you know what I'm talking about? It's just an idea. That was just
Yeah,
a
I mean, I have
thought.
no issue with going and checking with
To see what
Bettis and
Bettis
seeing
says.
what some of these guys say. Hey, it's like, I just need a recommendation of what to do with these things. And a straight Band-Aid fix over the top of them.
And I remember when they did, the ones that they just did a couple of years ago, it was like 1 year you drive on it, and then the following year they did chip and seal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the year you drive on, that's called milling.
The milling.
They'll come
Yeah.
Yeah, I
mill 'em
remember
up
one
and we'll
year
have
you
gravel
mill it,
roads.
and 1 year you chip and seal,
Yeah,
so it's
and
like a 2-year process.
Because the first year you're throwing a fit is why did the city come through and just tear up a perfectly decent road I had?
Right.
And then the second year, I was like, wait, when did that just happen? Because I did the same thing on our road the other day. I'm like, when did it really get completed? Because I don't have a clue. It was just one of those kind of things going through. But yeah, there is a
That
2-year window process it goes through.
And I didn't know if this would be a better idea than waiting on, but it depends on money, and
Yeah.
if we have the money to do it, that's the other issue.
And that's what I need to talk to them about, because there's
Yeah.
other options depending on how good the asphalt is. Driven down the road where they basically chip it up, remelt it, and put it right back
They
down.
just did Mapleton, and they did a good job.
Yeah, so there's other options of ways to do it other than straight chip and seal. We just gotta see what our roads can support and what we as the city can support as well.
Part of which is also taking care of the ditches that are
And that's
creating the
another,
big problem.
so I pulled up a photo on my iPad. I'll pass it around so everybody can see it. It is an attachment that sits behind, I don't know any prices of it because I seen it when I drove through Gerard the other day and I stopped in Gerard, took a picture of it. This isn't that picture, but it's the same item. It's I don't know if they're an excavation, I don't know if they're a landscaping company because I forgot when I looked on Google Maps. But you put this thing behind your tractor on a 3-point hitch, you drop that sucker down into the ditch and it reestablishes your ditch line. And then it augers the material, all the spoils that come out, off to the side. What everybody's gonna think is let's just put it on the yard side and then the homeowner can level it back out and reclaim the spoils into their yard dirt. That's not a feasible option in this town. We're gonna have to put the spoils onto the roadway or with a bucket, the front end loader right beside it, going down to catch the spoils and then put the spoils on a dump truck and then put them someplace else. Because our population, sad to say, physically can't support the capability of reestablishing all that into their yardway. So I'll pass this around so everybody can at least take a look at it. That's all right. It's in my bag. There you go. So, I mean, it's another option. I mean, I tried to drive through without asking, without interrupting anybody, look in our sheds as we've got them. I haven't seen really much of a blade that can do it. I'm used to doing it with a road grader, but this is another option that we could basically come through and clean them out.
And it's the culverts too, that I think too, on top of that.
The culverts are gonna have to be cleaned out as well, absolutely.
Right.
Well, we can get the fire department to flush as many as they can, and then annotate which ones need to be replaced at the same
And then the
time.
sad part is, we can't touch Main Street, can we?
No.
Ditches, no.
And-
That's what I was thinking.
And the one, and
They
then
didn't care about the ditches.
No, but I'm just, cause that flooded
Yeah.
yesterday morning.
And the piece of equipment that's sitting in Gerard, I can't tell how big of a tractor it actually has to be established on. Will it fit on whatever, if we have a tractor, if it'll fit on our size, we're gonna have to find some, like a farmer that will come in and help us out with it, kind of thing. But this is a way, if we had this here, we could actually knock out, forget using a, maintenance plan of over 4 years, we could actually get these done in less than a year. If they had time, when there's time allotted, hey, what are we gonna do? We're gonna clean out ditches along here. And it'll actually help expedite that factor. So that's just one item I've found so far. I've been looking through images on best ways to clean out ditches. I've seen anywhere from a plow, homemade jobby that creates a wedge and goes through there. We can actually dictate better with this, the elevation as you're going through to ensure the slope goes the way it needs to go.
You have a price.
I don't, I just seen it, that's my next thing I'm gonna do, is I need to call over to see if it's even for sale, or how much would it cost for them to come over and do it, or would they be willing to donate the piece of equipment to us so we can take care of it?
So it looks like a brand new piece of equipment.
This is just a website.
Oh, okay.
This is just a representation of what it is. That's a used piece of equipment. Let me see. Yeah. Here's actually the one that I seen. Right there.
That's in good shape.
And then you scroll here. It's used.
Oops, what happened here?
That's just a rusted out spot from usage, that's all.
Chewed it up.
That's where the soil would, the spoils would come out, so it's a well-used location. So that spade goes in the ditch and then it starts working its way through. So here's the actual one that I found. And see, it's like, I don't know the distance there, what size the tractor it truly takes, you know, how much horsepower it's gonna require and.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
Yep.
yep.
So it
It'd be
does-
Interesting if we went.
In one pass, it does what otherwise would take multiple passes.
Absolutely, because with the scraper blade of some form or another, you're gonna have to go through and you're gonna have to cut to the house side, then you have to turn around and cut from the roadside, and then you may or may not have to come back through and cut down the center and clean out the bottom. So this could be a one and done as opposed to a three and done, or more. Depends on the experience of the operator.
Okay. Again, we're going to be following up on this.
So you don't get, like, have bids first for next time, just. in
I'm gonna
case.
call these folks and see what it sits out there.
Right.
Are they using it? If not,
Like,
how
you
much-
borrow it for like 6 months or so?
can I borrow it for a while for the city, or how much would you sell it for? Can you give us a deep discount for a small town? You know,
Right.
like, we're smaller than you folks are, so help us out some. But I'm still looking to see if there's something online that we could purchase similar to that won't break the bank, and figure out because I need to figure out what size of tractor we have to see what size of implement we could actually put behind it.
Gotcha.
And then the 3-point hitch, they range from 0 to a 3, so that's really what we need to know is what class of the hitch is under it.
Right.
Next item, the neighborhood revitalization plan. You've got 2 of them, one from the city of Iowa and one from the city of La Harpe. The difference, or a major difference, is on page,
And which one?
starting with the city of La Harpe.
Okay.
On page 7, tax rebate program schedule.
I know that 100%.
We have more
Yeah.
people than we do,
Minority.
though.
And-
20, 40, 60, 80.
If you look on page 9 of the one from the city of Iowa,
I don't want to pay it.
it's 100% all the way through.
It's not what they told us.
Theirs is also a 5-year plan, ours is a 3-year plan. Theirs is a 5,000 appraised valuation price, ours is 3,000 for residential and 5,000 for commercial. Theirs is 5,000 for both.
We have a lot more people than we do, so they can do the 100% for 10 years too. I don't want to pay anybody else's.
Ours is good until 28.
I don't want to pay it.
Is there any interest in doing any changing?
I think we should just leave ours as is and review it in 2027 when it's near renewal time. Make it easy and simple for everybody.
No action. New business. 410 South McKinley. This is some property that the city sold to,
Greg Thurman. Yep.
Everybody's got a copy of the agreement.
which he's not lived up to. Is that correct?
Right, can you pass that over? I don't need this one, Jacob, you can have it, I've got the original in here.
Thank you.
Yep, this was a piece of property bought from the city had obtained it through a tax sale and sold it to this individual with stipulations.
18 months of closing, he would complete a residential dwelling, or we have the option to repurchase it.
Right.
Have any improvements been made?
None.
I think he mows it.
Hey, look, use this for me.
We don't know what, but
So what was the timeline that was given to him?
18 months is what,
And
and item number 8, says it's within 18 months of the date
December,
of closing, so. And this was in 2023, so that would have been
It's like
2.5 years
June
ago.
of 2025.
It's 30 months.
yeah, so it's well beyond.
Do you wanna buy it back for 900, Cynthia?
Well, I mean, we're probably only gaining, what, $50 a month? No, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Right, $50 a year is what the property taxes are. So we only get a portion of that, so we haven't gained anything, our investment. No utilities, you know, no extra property tax. I don't know if anybody has reached out to him to see if, you know, what his intent is. Obviously, it's just kind of been sitting there.
Not addressed.
Right. And considering that next to his property, an individual was here, what did we decide, last fall, and bought 2 or 3 lots, and this started, or he bought one and we gifted one or something. He's already started working to meet his obligation of putting something on the property.
Question I have is, during the 18 months, was Mr. Thurman notified and continuously informed of his obligation, or he had forfeit the land?
He signed the contract, he should be aware.
I agree with that, and I'm not disagreeing with that part. I just want to know if he, my curiosity, and it's just.
Was the city proactive?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's it, just as a proactive approach, where we are proactive, but hey, dude, you're getting close to your
Well, I
18
guess not,
months.
because we're talking about it here, so.
Yeah.
I don't
correct.
know without asking Peggy
Yeah,
on her notes.
and I'm not worried about, you know, we don't need to follow up with that or anything, but the other question is, if we're gaining $40 or whatever it comes out to in the tax that he has to pay into the city or whatever it might ever
We're
be.
probably not even getting that.
Yeah, whatever that case might be, we buy it back for $900, but how much are we truly spending on this piece of land
A
once we buy
lot,
it
you
back?
would have to have Penny mow it again.
That's why I'm saying that we're actually spending once or 2 weeks to 4 weeks, an individual spending an hour to 2 hours over there mowing the property. So we're taking a big loss every time that we have to do any maintenance on the property. I'm not saying it's not, we shouldn't take it back. I'm just wanting to get that out there as well, that we will be taking a loss every time to upkeep of it as well.
It's gonna cost us to enforce the agreement.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we should just be like, hey, you know, did you forget about this? We could always send like and then like,
A
give a
reminder letter.
reminder that you got this amount of time to do,
My recommendation.
I don't know.
What I would say we do is, since we are now readdressing this 30 months later, we send him a letter stating, with a copy of his contract, you signed a contract that stated you'd have a residence or dwelling within 18 months. We have now within, we'll cut it in half. You got 9 months to begin construction on a dwelling, and you have from that 9 months, depending on the size of the house, anywhere from 14 to 24 months to complete. Something along that lines. Because depending on the size of the house, he can get it done, and, or depends on who builds it. If it's a paycheck home, like what I like to call is I build it myself when I have the funds for it, it takes a little longer. And that might be how the funding would go through, as a paycheck home, which would make it a lot smaller. So depends on his work schedule, get it done rather quick or rather slow. So that's just my recommendation, is we shorten the timeline since he's had 30 months from this date now.
Good thought. Any other suggestions?
To what?
What do you think?
I started it, he just finished it, so we're on the same page.
I agree with that.
I'm just saying, no, you're not pissing me off.
No, I
or
cut
anything.
you off.
Or cut me off, no, I'm just like, we're on the same page, you just word it a lot better than what I can word.
Jacob, is there an expiration date on these agreements?
I think it's important to just state in that letter that you're in no way waiving the clause that allows for the buyback, which I believe is paragraph 8. So if you do not comply with these conditions, then we will be enforcing paragraph 8 of the contract, which allows us to buy back the property for $900. You can come pick up your check and sign the warranty deed at City Hall.
Who wants to make a motion?
I make a motion that, I have all our words put in. I make a motion that we send a letter to Mr. Thurman stating that he has 9 months to initiate a dwelling at 410 South McKinley Street, and he has approximately 14 months to complete the dwelling. If not, then we enforce option 8 of the original contract.
Yeah, second that, got that word.
We have a motion and a second. Is there discussion? All in favor, raise a hand. Motion passed unanimously. There was half a dozen or so pieces of property that were
I'm sorry. Put it all on anymore.
in the paper for
I got
the
some.
sheriff sale. Is there an appetite by the council to bid on any of these properties?
Well, I would say the 402 South Harrison one, because we already spent the money getting them lead, it'd be demoed, that, the house, Lisa's house there.
We won't get that money back.
No, but you know what I mean, we already have money invested into that property, we already for it.
Well, we also have money in 310 West Fifth,
And then that one right here, but that one, I would not.
212 South
We have money in
Washington.
all these.
But we don't have demo money in all of them.
Not 702
No.
West Sixth.
So the one we have demo money is that 402 South Harrison.
And 310 West Fifth,
And 310 West Fifth and 1212 South Washington.
Yeah,
1212 Washington, yep.
those would be the three I would suggest, because we got demo money in it.
So when these properties sell, we have, say we choose not to buy 310 West Fifth. Okay, and somebody buys it and they pay $7,000 for it.
What?
But if,
If.
it's just a, it's just a.
Hypothetical.
Okay.
We
Hypothetical.
get no money, even though,
The slate's wiped clean.
Yeah,
so the county gets all the money, even though part of that belongs to us.
Right.
yep.
The county and the attorney selling it, sheriff's department, I don't know who all gets their hands in the pot, but
So
everything's wiped clean.
So whatever expense we have in mowing it or maintaining it.
Or the
anything,
demo,
Yeah.
or just,
Right, that's.
or
not-
utilities, or just
It's gone,
hell.
it's gone.
Of course, then another question is, if we would decide to purchase one of these, where's the money coming from?
And which ones are prime building locations.
Well, the whole town is prime building location, honestly, because you want, just saying. You got the one right here, because we own that one right there on the corner lot that's on Washington here, where that house is. You got the empty lot, that's ours, right? Yes, yes.
Both of these
10,
down here on
12.
the corner. Both
10,
of
12
them ours.
Washington.
And 1102.
And 1102, and then we keep going down where they just demoed that one this last summer? Was it this summer or
That's that
summer?
1212.
1212.
It's on sale.
Yeah.
And
And have we recently had any interest in any of the lots we own, other than the one over on McKinley that we did sell last fall?
How many properties do we own? Do you know? That we bought from past property tax sales?
we still have 1102, which is vacant. We purchased it for 1,800, 2 lots. That was in 2018. In 2023, we purchased 811 Washington for 120 and 1012
$120?
for 200.
That's not too bad then.
2 lots over here and 2 lots down there, all still vacant.
Which, and the lot over here was kind of, we were gonna purchase it, or we purchased it because it was adjoining our
City,
city.
yeah, if we wanted
Yeah.
to expand our
Yeah.
city
Yeah.
So
parks,
it was
we
kind of our
could.
logic behind that.
That one, yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, so
So technically, that one don't count.
it
So-
doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
I don't.
So in 18, we went to one, we spent a little over $2,000. And 410 McKinley has been sold and 1102 is still sitting empty. And then in 23, we spent $320.
So making all three of those less than $1,000 to cost me.
In fact, in 2023, I think we used that insurance,
Yeah, that one
workman's comp, or
insurance
that
check.
comp check, dividend check we got. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, don't.
and we only spent $320.
If we've got a good plan for putting them back on the tax rolls, then it's a good investment. But if we don't, why would we hold the property?
Well, I just thought, because these three, we already had money invested onto them. You know, we already dumped, what, 1,300 or whatever it is per demo,
More than that.
or what you know what I mean. And we can owe the 3 that we demoed, that we know is, I don't know.
I don't see any value in it. I see zero value in purchasing any land on the tax sale. If it will not directly benefit the city, such as the lot you guys mentioned over here next to the city barn with, to allow for potential expansion, I see zero benefit that will benefit this on purchasing land. Because then I understand about having money tied into it. And I go back to the same comment with Mr. Thurman here. How much money are we gonna be spending on it to continue upkeep of the property?
We have to mow it every time.
Yep.
I had a landowner ask me if the city would consider selling 2 lots that they, next to their place, if they would sell it, they would buy from the city at whatever their cost is. But they don't want to put no house or nothing on it. They want to use it to put their motor home on it when they go camping, park it there instead of trying to cram it in the garage that they can't get it into.
Well, then they'll end up putting on
So,
the carport, and that costs money, you get taxed on that.
yeah, so do we sell it, sell them, get rid of them?
Well,
But one thing to also consider is we're already mowing these properties.
Yeah,
But after they sell, we will not be.
that's true.
oh, I'm sure we probably still would be, because then we start all over again.
No, the owner, she'll get the owner's name and send them the
Right,
letter.
but I'm just saying, we're gonna be back in the same boat again, that we're still gonna be renewing them again if they
But
don't.
that's next year.
No, it's this year
Well,
too.
is Thurman mowing his property?
Yeah,
Yes.
So,
yeah,
so
that was,
that's not necessarily true then. If
I'm not
he's
saying
doing-
not all of them, but
Okay.
I'm just,
Yeah,
you get the gist of it. Not all of them will come back over and mow it.
Let's hope that if they do,
I have one that was next to me that doesn't move a lot. Did you look at it? There's a house on it.
is there an appetite to buy any property? There is no appetite.
No, it's not.
One of the things that has been discovered is that the city of Gass and the city of La Harpe share a lagoon out here. And they also share the responsibility for the maintenance of that lagoon. But for the most part, that's not been happening. The city of La Harpe's been taking care of it.
Did you go meet with the mayor
No,
after looking at these?
no. I talked
Maybe you
to,
can come up with something with him.
I talked to Larry to see what had been done.
We can't do anything with the contract agreement until we talk to the.
Yeah, May had talked to the old mayor once before, but they never came to terms on anything, so maybe we should try again.
So what would the council, I mean, right now, the people in the city of La Harpe are footing the whole bill, essentially, and, which is inappropriate. So,
I think if we just go that, you go talk to the mayor
I can do that.
or go to their city council and talk to them at a council.
And let them know that Mayor, at the city council meeting, we're shutting their valve off until they start to pay.
Sure,
joint
that would be a situation.
It would be a show.
I'm getting ready to say like that would be, I think you need to go when they have their council meeting and present this and see what they have. And see what they agree, and then we can come, like, see what they draw up as their agreement to what we have right
Well,
here.
Well,
That is the
Cynthia,
agreement.
Their agreement too, or ours?
That is.
Ron never made it in to look at these, Cynthia did.
I'm just trying to think, I'm like,
I think it was a joint agreement.
but then
between-
if they couldn't come to terms, so that never, cause it's never,
You may have an unsigned.
Yeah, because it really doesn't discuss a
Sorry.
maintenance plan, it doesn't discuss, which they do, they do pay for quarterly testing, half the bill from PACE. I do all the logging of the reports, but that kind of stuff isn't discussed in that contract.
I think he
Well,
should.
see, this was,
The county mows them, but, you know, maybe Gas should do maintenance, odd years, and City of La Harpe do even years or something.
so it was paid off in what, 2019?
Sounds about right, Cynthia.
So I thought we had,
And we don't have nothing from the county on them off mowing it for dumping.
but
okay,
they've
so we
been doing
have
so.
this.
You have,
But we don't have nothing.
don't you have to let them dump? Or
No.
I thought one time when like.
It's good for them. It's good for the city for them to dump their leachate water because it keeps our lagoons.
Circulating.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have this agreement, but I don't see a
But
sign
that's the one they never agreed on.
that they did not sign.
They, no,
Okay.
they couldn't come to terms on it, so it's
Well-
really unfinished.
Did you
Since
pay
what time?
What's the date on that?
September 1st, 2018?
Kenny Baker was in
Split
office.
So,
Split the 50/50 of all maintenance and testing throughout the life of the sewer lagoons located in La Harpe, Kansas. Costs will include the required testing performed by KDHE, KRWA, and PACE Analytic, cool, which they do pay.
Yes, yep.
The upkeep and maintenance of the grounds inside the fenced area of the lagoons, and the cost of dredging when that time comes.
has it been dredged?
No.
Oh, no, we're not even nowhere
And
close to doing it
okay.
yet.
We have a plan in place,
Mhm.
a funding,
Yep.
and they do as well, I think,
We're supposed to.
because I noticed in their council notes that they had allocated $9,000 in their budget to go toward a dredging fund.
So
So
they may
they-
think that they're fulfilling their obligation.
So essentially what it boils down to is, when we spray, we have man hours and chemical costs. We spray and trim as necessary. And then there's the issue, which is down here, the wastewater operator.
License.
Yes, because at one time, they provided a wastewater operator when we did not have one.
And
Since that time,
we don't have.
they don't have one, we don't either. So that was kind of a contribution, but that no longer is in
Yeah,
effect.
Something's playing in my head, but I don't want to state it, why that didn't get executed. I wanted to say that they were just short-staffed and they couldn't make that work.
My recommendation is for.
I mean, they're short-staffed now, they've only got one Rhonda.
My recommendation is to have a mayor-to-mayor conversation to see what each city thinks they're providing or not, and what each city thinks they're not providing, and come to terms with, figure that amount out first, because like you were saying, you're seeing a list of stuff that they think they're providing as well, and find out what they actually think they're doing, and then figure out how we can come up with a communal agreement. All the even months, they perform all the maintenance on it, all the odd months, we perform all the maintenance on it, something along that lines that both cities can agree upon. And then maybe if we have to, we have a council-to-council meeting to discuss that. I don't know if that's what you would do or not, but something along that line, so that way we can all be on the same page with that direction.
Yeah, the agreement ought to be executed, so there's an understanding as to who does what. Any,
Nope.
okay, I'll do it. Next item, speed bump. Sherilyn Thompson would like to have the speed bump removed that's kind of in front of their house.
She's the one that wanted it there.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of
Well,
money and
she
time in
told
that.
me it wasn't supposed to be right there, but that's where we all agreed to put it right there. I don't know.
I
It's
think
a
the one
darn,
that's around the corner needs taken out, because it's a nuisance, and there's no way no one's gonna go 80 miles an hour on that.
oh,
corner.
you'd be surprised, girl, I watched. some
You're
stuff
not the only
online.
one. We go to remove this one, we're gonna have to remove that one too, because they're gonna come up to City Hall and say, I want that one removed too. Chain reaction.
Man hours that do not need to be spent.
I say leave it
Green.
alone.
And then we're having issues with traffic problems, that creates another traffic problem right there by removing speed bumps. Whether it's directly in front of your house, if it's not directly in front of your house, it's directly in front of somebody else's land.
But they're driving around in the grass to miss the speed bump. One
Put a
that's around
fence
the corner.
post up.
Well, yeah, we could
Then I
drive
recommend
the
that.
fence post.
that we need to
Well,
put
the
some
homeowners
T-posts.
can put a fence post up.
We
In our
don't,
property.
Well,
actually
they're
it
not going
is.
across the ditch.
If they're
The
driving,
ditches are the property, or the
Yeah,
landowner's
yeah.
property, not us, the
Right.
landowner. It is,
Yeah, they have
because,
to maintain the ditches.
correct,
So-
Right.
correct.
Didn't do that.
The landowner maintains the ditches.
so if we put up the fence post and you hit, to say you hit it, is the city responsible for the damage on the car?
No, it's this person's, as far as
But
I'm.
no, but they would come back
Exactly,
and say, hey, you know what I mean, you put this fence post up.
The homeowners.
City attorney, what's your thought on that?
There should be a setback off the road a little
Mhm.
bit. And of course, I don't have the city ordinances, but that's just in every city I work for and every county I work for. There's a setback off the road a little bit where there's some leeway. And obviously, if someone is driving off the road and hits a fence post, I think it's their own fault. I mean, they
Right.
can try to sue the city, however, if they're willingly driving off the road to hit a fence post,
So we could put a speed limit sign there,
There is
There
speed
is.
bump signs there,
Yeah.
and there's speed limit signs there.
and it's at the end of the
Yep.
of the speed.
The end of the park and the end of the park.
Yep.
Well, no, I'm saying, so the asphalt is
Yeah,
across, and at the ends of that asphalt, are there signs?
Speed bump,
Yes, there's speed bump signs.
both
And
sides.
are they driving around the speed bump sign?
Yeah, into their driveway with 2 tires. That's why I said the homeowner can put something in her driveway and stop them
Okay,
from coming in her driveway.
I drove over them today.
I did too. I didn't see how they can go in her driveway.
I drive that way all the time.
Okay, so one of them, because she called me, said that when they go over the speed bump, they can look right into her house. So that doesn't say that,
You can look at her inside of her house if you go that way to the
Drive down
park too.
6th Street. Does it make your car higher?
I don't know, because
It's
when
like
they
it's-
slow down, was it?
I have the stop sign at my corner. I have people looking my yard all the time. It's kind of like,
Well,
It's
what I'm
complicated.
saying is that it's at the corner, it was at the corner of her house, not at her driveway, so I don't
you
understand
have
how,
lights and curtains, use them.
Is,
I didn't understand how they were driving in her driveway if the speed bump wasn't by her driveway. And then there was another speed bump on farther down.
There is that one farther down, yeah.
Yeah, but it was past her driveway, I thought.
Yes.
Way back to the right.
It's,
Yeah, so I'm not sure, yeah. I'm directionally challenged somebody that way.
there's this one that's right there by the, on First Base side. I know that. That
Right.
one.
And then there's another one that's past, that's at the, like the east corner of her house,
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
but there's no driveway there.
There's not a driveway there.
No.
No.
is there, does the council have any interest in,
No, because
No, because if you move one, you move them all.
And if it's, and if it's.
and we already moved one once.
And since I'm not familiar with the streets as well as you guys are, if it's wrapped around the park, absolutely not.
We already
That's-
moved, we
yeah.
moved the one around the corner out. It's weird, but
okay? The council chose to take no action on that. Wastewater operator.
wasn't that-
Jacob, you've got a copy of this too. I believe I gave it to you.
Yes.
Right now, the city of Gaston, the city of Harp is in KDHE violation.
Right.
And we do have an individual that has tested and been certified over there at Moran. I reached out to him. He is willing to be our contract operator
Okay.
until we can get one of our employees. I asked for the test just to look over it. I'm out. There's-
It's tough. It's
That's what I
tough.
heard, but I thought, well, I'm just gonna give it a chance, and I went through the first 3 pages. I can't.
Can I
There's-
ask, now, question I have on this is because it's just, I'm dealing with wastewater that nobody wants to touch
Mhm.
at work, starting here pretty soon. Is this something a council member such as myself, if I voluntarily say I do it, can do it, or is that a conflict of interest?
I don't think you should do it.
Okay.
You have
That's
to-
just me.
Yeah.
And Scott, I trust it.
Yeah.
I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think you need some separation.
That's why I was
I think
at-
we need to have,
Because we can't have a council member as a paid employee and then be like a paid contractor.
yes.
And that's why I was asking that question in this forum, because it was like,
Are you going to wastewater school?
not school, but I'm
Are
dealing,
you testing?
not necessarily, but
Travis took that test and he said it's gnarly.
It's
It's
hard.
one-
It's very
It's a
difficult.
gnarly test. Travis.
The study material's about that thick.
Yeah.
First 3 pages I was done, I thought, there's no
we'll
way
just
I'm
say that I'm
gonna
gonna
stress
start
myself
dealing
out.
with wastewater, dealing with Z plating, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Travis said that wastewater test is gnarly.
We
Yeah.
dealt with it over in the Yates Center and some of that issue, and it's tough to find someone that's capable of passing the test. It's just that, you have to study for a while.
That's what I heard.
Good stuff.
And that's why I wanted to make sure on that separation between the two.
Smartest
So we
one.
have used a contractor in the past when we were in a similar situation. Yes. And I don't remember what the
It was
guy's name was.
John Stokes we used as a water operator contract.
And he's still doing that, I think, in Bronx.
Bronson's still with.
Bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was
John
Bronson
Stokes.
or
Bronson.
Yeah, Bronson.
But I did call Joe to ask him if he was wastewater certified, and he is in our system. They have the same system, which he would qualify to be a contract operator with the state, with the city.
So, if we could get Joe to do that, that would also be one of the costs that
Would be
gas
shared,
would have to share with us.
I would think.
And let me take a look real quick.
So this really should read between the city of La Harpe and the city of Gas with the contractor?
Yes. So the contractor's gonna be serving both the city of La Harpe and the city of Gas.
Yes, because we
Right.
share the lagoons. Is this something that needs to go in front of Gas? I mean, does Harry need to go talk to him before we get,
I would have Harry go talk to him because he can bring this issue up as well.
okay, because we would have to change, we would have to have the city of Gas added to the top.
And
So
we need-
we'll need to get a
ASAP,
cost from Joe. What's he gonna charge
A
us?
hundred.
$100, isn't
This
it?
right here,
$100
section
Yeah.
2, turn.
Versus,
Okay.
well, not to exceed 15 hours. Anything over 15 hours is $20 per hour. But basically, we do all the work, we're just working under his license.
Yeah.
We're following all the rules and regulations.
And this doesn't have an expiration date on it, correct? So as long as he's willing to be the contractor for the shared lagoon we have,
Yeah.
I recommend this young man stay a young man forever and play with wastewater.
Okay. Take care of that.
So we need a motion to hire Joe as a contract
Or
No,
we're,
operator.
we're-
or
we're
we
ta-
want to talk to.
We need to table this
Table
one.
it,
Yeah,
okay.
we need to,
Well,
Will you have an answer
No,
by
We
June
can go
30th?
ahead and have him.
You can go ahead and,
I don't know when they meet, so I
I
can't.
Well- you could go ahead and motion to hire him upon the condition that Gas is also willing.
But then my contradiction to that is we are in violation of KDHE
Right now.
right now. And if we do not hire him,
Yeah.
no matter what, if KDHE decides that Thomas Sprague out of Chanute wants to come over here and take a look-see, who knows what it can get us.
Yeah. That's
Can we
true.
find out by June 30th if they're willing to
Or
agree to this?
Make him
just go ahead and
do the
do it
motion,
and work out the
Yeah,
details later.
I say we-
details later.
Okay, okay.
Until,
So we're
We'll work
covering
out
our
that.
ass.
Okay, yep.
Make sure that's very detailed.
Okay.
To hire him.
We'll have a motion.
Okay, motion, who?
I make a motion that as of June 10th, 2026,
Joe Stop.
Joe Stotler is hired as the wastewater operator for the city of La Harpe and Gas Lagoons
Contract.
contract, something along that lines,
At $100.
at $100 a month.
Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
We have a second by Ron. Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand, please. Motion passed unanimous. That was easy. Car security light.
Okay. At 110 South Main, we pay for a security light. And it's come to our attention that that section of Main Street is fairly dark. Across the street is Marcia McCord. And then on at the corner is the senior citizen building. And we were thinking possibly that the city might want to take that security light and turn it so that it would illuminate Main Street a little bit more to provide some extra coverage there.
It is pretty dark.
We would just remove her security light account.
And just,
Turn
and
it into
just
city light.
move the light that goes this way to go this way.
Whose light is it? Is it your light?
I assume it's the
City's
city's
light.
light.
They pay
and
the
I
security light
I
and
pay the,
$10
the-
fee.
whatever it is.
to make your bill $10.
Which would illuminate that section,
Also.
which,
I just. I
but
need
just
to-
considering the amount of
I know.
you know, and I know there is a light at Main Street, but that one section in there is
It's
really
dark.
pretty dark.
Yes, you're correct. Trash.
So, I mean, that's, whatever you, next time, I mean, it doesn't make any difference to me, but, you know. It was just something that was brought to my attention. It was pretty dark.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Make out a work order and have him move it.
Do we have a motion?
I don't think you have to have a motion for them to do a work order, do you?
Well, if we're gonna change this, we're gonna take that off of her account.
The city's gonna assume it, so my assumption would be yes.
So Ron said move light.
That's a motion, right?
Yeah.
I second it.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand, please. Motion passed.
And I won't vote because that is,
Right.
Right.
Cynthia abstained. Bleachers.
Oh, that's me. I found on Facebook, I always go, it just pops up randomly, City of Linden replaced all their bleachers. And they're trying to get rid of them. I don't know if it's gonna cost anything or whatnot. They said if you want some of these bleachers, you have to, submit a letter that you're interested in the bleachers. There's 10 sets of bleachers.
And they look like they're in pretty good shape.
That's what I thought. It would save our portable ones being ruined if we can at least get 2 or 3 or 4 of them. I'm not saying get all 10 of them.
You have
I don't think we need 10 of them.
No, but
we
if we
could-
can at least get 2 or 3, like, hey, we like to try to get 3 of them. And I don't know if it's gonna cost anything, but the way it stated that if you were interested, send an email by June 15th at 4:30.
Letter, yeah, letter.
Didn't you
of
say
interest.
you submit a letter of interest?
I asked,
The council
when I
was-
came in, I asked if anybody had volunteered for it.
I just told him it was on the agenda.
So the city's got a trailer that'll probably,
If they were for free, then cool. If they're like $20, I don't know honestly how much they're gonna be, if they cost.
Yeah, I know, I read the comments on their
The
page.
Saddle Club, I read on, and the Saddle Club has something different.
Okay,
going on.
but that was one thing that people
One of them
were
was the
saying
Saddle
was,
Club for Linden, but
and then there were some other communities, I think, that threw their name in there, like, hey.
they have to send it
They
formally,
have
do a formal email. I just thought if we can get them cheap or free, it'll save our really expensive portable ones that are getting ready to go down the park.
They're already there.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, get them back into wherever.
Which, these seem more sturdy. I mean, it looks like
More
rolled together.
more
Yeah.
appropriate to be out there than the one.
I don't
we
know
put
why
out
I said
there.
Lyon County, but I was like text talking when I was doing it, and I'm like, no, it's the city of Linden.
Yeah.
And they just, yeah, they look like really nice bleachers. If we can at least get our hand in the pot for 2, I'd be happy.
I think it would be a good idea.
It's worth a shot. You get told.
we'd have to
no.
go get them, and then periodically, we'd have to replace the boards on them.
They're not board, they're metal.
They're metal.
They're all metal.
Are they?
Yep,
I couldn't tell for sure.
they're all metal.
Um,
I'm not a great writer, so I would not be the one that's sending the letter.
They look like boards to me.
They're not.
They look like boards to me. Now,
I thought they were
They
boards.
replaced these with aluminum bleachers.
The ones I thought,
now, two of them, two
Two
of
of
the
them.
sets are definitely, but
These right here
in
are
my
wooden.
opinion, I would not be interested in the.
the
metal.
orange ones are metal. These are, yeah, they're metal.
It looks like a wood. That
No,
bottom board has a
it's-
crack in it.
Oh, I guess these are metal or
Yeah.
wood because of the paint on them.
But if you keep them well maintained.
Yeah.
Weatherproof.
My bad, I looked with
Still nice
pictures.
bleachers. They're nice.
They're metal framed, so they're not gonna,
Somebody's not gonna pick them up and carry them away.
yeah.
They could use them for the hot rod show July 25th up there on Main Street. Put some
Because I
bleachers
know
out for
that
all the
they have a
spectators.
council meeting like that week is when the letters are due.
Would somebody
Monday.
make a motion that we,
Pursue.
Scott's offering.
and we need to offer something, $50
Well,
a
they
piece.
Well, right now you
just
said-
said letter of intent. They don't have
Interest, yeah.
a,
Yeah.
they don't have a price on it. Until they know what they're gonna do, then they can come back at us and counter whatever.
Did you make a motion?
I make a motion that we write a formal letter of interest to the city of Linden for 4 bleachers, hoping for 2. So over request in hopes we get at least our minimum of 2 that we would like to have. And then have that sent off as quick as possible, prior to June 15th.
By 4:30.
So you probably don't want to send it to the post office.
Are you writing
Well,
a letter?
you can, there's an
Email it.
email, there's an email you can,
Okay.
I saw those, I'm like, score.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I second it,
We have a second. Any discussion?
and I didn't realize it was a little.
So, I think you're writing the letter.
I'll voluntarily take it.
No,
You're gonna do it?
he already asked if it's been submitted,
Okay.
because he was gonna.
Do you want to hand me that? Do I have a copy of that? Just go ahead and hand me
Yeah.
the hard copy. I probably got the email as well, but just
Yeah,
hand
you
me the
probably
hard
have a
copy.
copy. That's okay.
Since you agreed.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Because they have 8 of the orange ones, that's the bottom picture, and then the
Oh,
top
mine's not
picture.
in color.
Well, the top picture is the 2 gray bleachers, and the bottom is the 2 orange or the 8 orange bleachers.
We have a motion in a second.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand, please. Motion passed unanimously. Okay, thank you. Jacob, anything that you need to chat with us about?
I don't believe so at this time.
Okay. Roy,
Nothing new here. We have water.
we have water.
We have water.
Anything from,
More wasted water.
we
Yeah.
had a sheet in here that showed activities. Like so. Um, So, on 2/24, a letter was sent out to 304 East 11th for a yard issue. There's, doesn't show whether it was extended or in compliance or in court. So what do we do with those?
I think you went on the letter.
That I don't know. I'd have to ask her.
Okay, February the 24th. My thought is that if we start a process, we ought to finish it.
What's the address of the property we're condemning? Not the Main Street one, but the other one?
I'm using that as an example.
Yeah.
Principle is the same.
East 10.
Okay.
What's that address?
304 East 11.
I don't know where it's at.
Well, that's
That would be.
Oh, no, that's on tax.
East 11th.
Yeah,
That's
on
down by
tax.
you, Ron.
Yeah, that's on tax. No, it's not, that one's Maine. That's down by Ron.
Which one is it? 304 East. I just pick an example.
Yeah, you can just shoot an email and ask her.
So,
That would be on Harrison.
No, West 11th.
11th.
11, okay, 11.
That's your road and my road. Because you're on the corner
Okay,
11th, and
yeah.
I'm on the corner 11th.
But what's the house address?
304.
304.
Okay, that's that one on the corner with all the trash in the middle of the street. That the guys need to be moved so they can have access to that manhole in that alley. Go down by there and look, and they got trash scattered clear out halfway across the
Harrison.
access. Actually, it is a legal street, except for halfway past the manhole.
Is that Donna Stoll's house you're talking about? No.
No,
Yes,
Okay.
there you go, the dead end road.
the dead end road.
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
like trying to think, I'm like.
But there's a manhole there, and to get, they got that road blocked with all kinds of trash and junk. It needs to be cleared so they can get access in there if they need to, because they got the alleyway cleaned good now. They got all the tree stuff out of the alleyway running north and south. They just need it where they can gravel it and get access back in there if they need it.
Well, it looks like she cited him again
Yeah.
on 4/22.
It's still there.
Okay.
Yeah. Still no activity.
If we need access to a manhole cover, probably not legal. I'm gonna get told so. Have a loader push the trash past the manhole cover.
Well, yeah, because the manhole cover is past where their trash is. See, actually, their trash is halfway out in the street, which is a legal open road, down to the manhole.
But if they're covering the street,
Yeah.
when you take a piece of equipment,
Clean the
clean the
street.
street.
And doesn't, also talking about West 11, doesn't the Michael neighbor that own that alley, that ditch side, doesn't that need cleared and mowed too?
I don't know how much of that they own without looking.
Oh, I bet they have all of it.
Yeah, because I remember Tisdale
Yeah, I
got a
don't know.
letter for that not being mowed and stuff right there.
It
one
goes
time.
clear down.
Down and over and around and
I
out.
think it
This
goes clear to the
Taylor,
school.
Taylor Street and stuff.
Now, there's a slough back there that goes clear to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can follow up
take
with
the
Penny.
backhoe down there and just shove it over on their property, but then they're gonna get a notice to clean up their property.
And then, yeah, but then that goes about the whole trespass, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know, laws are wonky,
Yeah.
very
why we
wonky, that's
have-
why I'm not a lawyer. Jacob?
Why would I?
I don't know, I guess we can talk to Penny and see where she's at on some of those that you questioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a resolution here.
Yeah, this is a question for our city attorney, and we may not have to do anything with it. Jacob, this was passed, published, and it's a home on the sheriff tax sale, that we are holding the hearing after the sheriff tax sale. Do we need to go send anything into the newspaper to withdraw this? Or just,
No, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, the sheriff, the tax sale's gonna supersede that, so.
okay,
I
so
don't
we,
think you need to do anything on that.
okay. So hopefully somebody else will buy it and then we won't have to worry about. Now, when it comes time for the hearing, we just, the property was bought by somebody else.
Correct,
Type
yeah.
thing.
It was purchased at the sheriff's tax sale by, and I don't think you have to actually disclose it. I think
Okay,
it's-
okay.
You just say that the property's been sold pursuant to the sheriff's tax sale.
Okay. Well, Cynthia commented that if this property sold before we did the condemning, you know, we don't wanna be out any city money if
Right.
we can avoid it.
Right.
But I didn't know if we had to, since it was published, if we had to do something different.
You don't, and I wouldn't incur, I mean, I don't know what, I mean, I know that when I publish things, it's, can be pretty pricey, so.
Yeah.
I don't want you to incur more expense publishing when you don't have to.
Yes, that's not cheap.
So, Mark Wagner sent a note, fire department meeting. One thing he said, on another note, spoke with Ron Knable, wanting to bring to the council's attention, think we should keep stone shelters open between April and September.
Well, what Mark and I, we talked about, we both have keys to this and over here behind the church. What if we're gone?
See,
And can't, and
that's
and
a
a
valid.
storm comes, are we gonna be held for not unlocking the
So
door?
here's another question I have. And then I'm glad you brought that up, because here's a question I had. The last severe storm that blew through at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever it was, I said, oh crap, they need unlocked. I came out in that, flying around corners. I'm the guy that was speeding that night. Unlocked the one at the park and then the one here. I
Yeah,
unlocked two of them.
I woke up and thought, oh, yeah.
I was already
Because
awake.
I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know?
we got.
I got phone calls.
So I mean, and I honestly have not relocked them since then at the same time. But I'm not saying that they should or shouldn't be. If we leave them unlocked, we just need to have a daily presence of somebody. Nope, no squatters, kind of thing.
And make sure that they clean them out if we're leaving them open from April to September,
we've
like
got-
every other month or something.
Yeah,
We really need to find a better solution than what we're doing.
yeah, and see, and I had the same thought process. Is like, what if
Well, my
somebody's not
idea
here?
would be that we all get a key to at least all of them. You get a key to the three of them, or how
It's the
many?
same key for all of
Is
us.
it the same key? Okay, then you get a key, you get a key, you get a key, you get a key, I get a key. I'm closer to this one than anybody else is, cause I'm a block away.
Mhm. But it was just one of those.
But you know what I mean though,
Yeah,
like if you
absolutely.
don't get up in time,
Mhm.
I'm awake moving, cause I got 2 kids, I'm moving.
Yeah,
You be moving, cause I know you got kids at the house too.
I had a
You would
great baby
probably
that
be
night.
like,
That's
I'm
why.
out.
Definitely.
Well, what we
I'm in my vehicle driving the opposite direction, so.
But you know what I mean, I think we all should have a key.
But what we were talking about, Mark and I was talking about, maybe if we go down there with a bar, put a hole, drill a hole in there, put a bolt in it, and then put it like an old barn head, just drop it over, and then open it up if you want in.
That's already,
I
that's
don't like that idea.
They already
And-
have the open. thing.
Correct, but what you're,
Yeah,
but
you gotta
You can't
unlock
get-
that,
but-
or they can't open it.
But what if, say, if I'm not home and my 2 girls are
no,
home?
what he's saying is we just put a bar over it and it's not locked.
That's,
It just
yeah,
keeps
yeah.
And
it
if
closed.
people want, need in it, they can open it and get in it.
It's already-
If it's not locked,
you can-
you can still open it. My concern of doing that is kids playing and being kids.
Well, they lock somebody's key
Get in
in
there,
there.
get
Yeah,
stuff.
Get locked in there, nobody has a
Nobody
clue
knows
at it
that.
because they're all giggling and playing hide and go seek someplace
And
else.
you can ruin the warranty too on it, if there's a warranty, like, you know what I mean?
Well, you've got kids playing in this one behind the church,
Mhm.
and those doors on that thing is heavy,
Right,
and a small child is gonna lose its hand.
Yeah.
so
So what's the solution?
I think we all get a key and leave them.
my personal thought process is if we get put into a severe thunderstorm watch, once we hit a watch of some form or another, whether it be a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch, if we want to be on the true safe side,
We get it open.
we open it up once we go into a watch, whether it's a thunderstorm or a tornado, whichever we agree upon. So that way none of us are going to the storm shelter in the middle of a storm and people are lined up waiting for us
Unlock that.
and locked out, and then something catastrophic happens that way.
Well, the one over here behind the church is unlocked. I mean, as long
Yeah,
as
the
it's
door's
storm
open.
coming tomorrow, the next day, tonight, whatever, it's unlocked, it's open. If they want in it, they can get in.
Right.
So is that, I think that one.
But
is
the
too.
kids across the street in the brick house are running in and out of it, and
Yeah.
slamming the door, and
Who, do we have still, on the, still subject but different subject, the sirens? Does the city, does, I don't.
county takes
Does
care of
county
it.
take care of it now? Because that one night we had that tornado warning and they never went off that one night. So I couldn't remember how they ended up doing it.
Yeah.
So with the new
They
Genesis,
They fixed that.
Did they, I remember that they, something was, like, who could call it, have it turned on, but don't turn on Iowa's?
So who all, is everybody getting a key? Who all needs a
No,
key?
I don't know. It's a whole rigmarole.
Okay.
So whoever has the keys can go, I guess, unlock them when this thunderstorm watch goes on.
Mark Wagner said
Wagner,
he'd take care of
Scott,
this one. Scott
I
said
have
he'd take.
Cynthia, and
I
Bob.
haven't tried it.
Mark and I do the one.
it's a pain in the tush, I'm not gonna lie to you, especially
So the
when it's
ones that
raining.
has a key, if the watch goes in effect, then.
But we live in Kansas.
I know. But say if you're gone, like any, Cindy or, hey Angela, here's the key while I'm gone for
Right.
the weekend. Doesn't it, you know, I'm trying to think, like, what's the easiest solution?
Everybody has key.
Everybody has key.
Yeah.
It would be the easiest solution, so
You're saying-
if I meet you at the same time, be like,
And so
cool,
be
we're
it.
on the same idea.
Yep. Then you get one door and I get the other door, no big
Who
deal.
doesn't have a key? You? You.
That's why I was like, if I meet you at the same time, like, cool, we're on the same page. And I don't have to worry about if you're out of town, you're out of town, you're
We'll
out of
get you
town,
guys
it's just 3 or 4 of us. And does Harry have a key?
I think so.
Do you have a key?
I think so.
If he doesn't, I would say Harry gets a key.
Jacob, do you have any thoughts about this as terms of safety and liability?
I just think that you all need to be on somewhat of a text thread or some kind of message thread so that when a severe storm does, like a warning does come up, that, you know, Mr. Mayor, you can send out a text message that says we're in a storm warning. Please let me know who is available to open which of the shelters. And that should take less than 5 minutes for everybody to respond and get around.
And be like, I'm not home, and then we know who's not home and who's.
Just, I mean, yeah, just to make sure we have coverage.
That's the only thing. Just so we're safe.
So you need to make 3 keys. If Harry don't have one, Harry gets one, and then you and Cindy gets a key.
But yeah, I had that same thought process as I'm unlocking the door that night. It's like, this is awful late to be unlocking this door because I'm getting a little wet to the fact that now I'm a drowned rat.
Yeah.
By the time I got back home.
Oh, my kids will be out right out the door with me.
Are all of you guys signed up? It's no longer code red, but.
Genesis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you all signed up
Mhm.
for it?
My ring camera tells me too.
And
It's nice.
And just so you all know, Genesis, if you didn't know, if the storm polygram does not cover your residence, you're not gonna get a notification.
Right.
So that's where a lot of people at work were throwing a fit because we didn't get nothing. I thought we signed up. It's because their residents did not fall in the projected polygon
Right.
path.
You get a very nice detailed text message.
But
Too nice.
my ring camera told me we were in a tornado warning. My ring camera notifies me. It's weird.
Maintenance department. You've got several invoices here. So the transit and tilt blade, is that something for consideration? Is that,
I don't know that he gave me the tilt blade. All I have is laser transit. He told me to add that to the agenda, and all of these are laser transit. I don't even know what they're for.
I do.
Okay, that's a good thing. So I don't see anything about the tilt blade. I don't even see a blade. Maybe he got sidetracked. He was busy today.
well, the laser transit, make sure the water's running downhill.
Yeah. So,
How much
Yeah.
is the laser transit?
Anywhere from 288 to 590.
yeah, I put the cheapest one first.
Now you put most expensive.
Oh,
first.
did I?
You put mid.
You
mid-grade
messed up your
first.
packet.
No, ma'am.
They're stapled together.
Oh, great.
It goes middle of
Yeah,
the road,
288
cheap
goes
and high.
first.
When you want my recommendation.
See, yours is right.
No, it's not, 'cause I flipped it over that way for you.
Oh, you flipped
Ah.
it over.
To make you feel like it was right. It's not.
The city had a tilt blade.
When they do their inventory, is it listed on their inventory stuff?
Like a tilt blade that goes on like the back of your tractor.
Ron's got
Yes.
the inventory.
We got a tilt blade. We borrowed Don's because the cities came up missing. The revenue we always had. And Keith needed a blade for something, so he went out and borrowed his dad's blade.
So I'm not saying that we don't need to address it, but I'm just saying, we did have
Yes,
a tilt, but I remember seeing it over there a few years ago. I haven't looked for it recently. which probably means that the city needs to not only inventory their property, but also mark it in some way so that if it walks off, we'd have a way of identifying our tilt blade from somebody else's.
Yeah, they've done inventory sheets every year for Ron, so he should have copies of it.
We're keeping
But
track of it.
Penny used to do, when Donnie worked for the city, him and Penny would go around and they'd inventory every building, every nut and bolt and everything city has. So
Right.
that ain't been done for,
Cause I thought it was supposed to
Several
get
years.
done, like,
It just got done last year and the year before.
that's what I thought,
yeah,
yeah,
so we should have it on there.
yeah. But they've been inventoried before.
Yeah.
I just thought something should be made with the appointed someone, I remember somebody got appointed to do that. It was before my time.
So we don't have one,
I guess
And we
not,
need
if
one.
they're asking for it, I guess we don't got one.
yeah.
Does it have to be like this month we buy it, or this month?
Get some prices.
No, the only thing you got prices on right now is the transit and some other stuff that's on the agenda.
So, you got,
More made about it.
you got prices on the
Transit.
transit? So, what's the pleasure of the council? There's really no sense of urgency since we're not starting the road work for the transit.
Well, there could be if we're replacing culverts. When they go to replace culverts, I can see the usage there.
Or a level.
That too. I recommend we table the transit discussion at this time. Do some better research, because what I know about the transits, nothing against Vivor, I bought plenty of Vivor tools, Vivor's fine. Johnson is the better route to go. Amazon with the $4.99 at mid-grade, as of what I can tell just by reading here, seems to be like an okay one, but I'd like to do some better research on just the three that he provided us.
Any disagreement? So let's go down to Tampa. We had a picture of one of those. I don't remember where my pictures go now. This is a pneumatic tanker, I think.
It's that paper underneath the JCI on their, in your stuff, right there. The A word, the outfit, that.
Yeah, that first page, the LTEC, is to repair the tamper we submitted to them, comes to the
Okay,
$1,600.
wow.
The ones attached behind it are for brand new.
What brand is our tamper, do we know?
Stanley,
Okay.
and a new Stanley's 3,000, so about
About half.
half of what it would be to replace our old tamper.
Then why does this one say 2654 and this one say 2515? Or
Well, this one's Stanley.
Alltech wants $3,000.
Yeah, that's who's got our old camper.
Okay.
Yep. And then there's a
Give us
Stanley.
price on that one. I don't know where that came from.
Where did the 3,000 come from?
for a new Stanley Tamp?
The Stanley Tamper is $22,654.
That's for
On the
a,
front side, up at the top there, the guy says a new tamper.
yeah.
Through-
from
And this is
Allstate.
probably from a different company. And then this one is from JME Supply Company, Greenlee. So you got 3 different companies there.
We got 25, 26, and 3,000. Or repair for 16, 17.
Okay, from what I know about these companies, Stanley's a great company, and Greenlee is an even better company for the work this is being done. Greenlee is a heavy electrical company, so if this is for the tamping the power poles, a Greenlee is gonna be better suited than the Stanley will be. We're looking at $2,500, an additional $900 and some change to get a new one. And yes, we're rebuilding the one. I still recommend getting the new one and then at a later date, rebuilding the second one that we currently have. So when we go, if it goes down, we have a spare.
Either that or put it up for sale.
Correct.
Let somebody else.
You're recommending
My
Greenlee
my recommendation is
and hold
to,
on to our old one?
correct.
His motion,
My motion is to purchase the Greenlee 60-inch pole tamper hose end valve from GME Supply Company for $2,515.10 and hold and do not repair our current tamper and see if we can sell it to recoup some money back and sell it as is.
we have a motion. Is there a second? Second by Cindy. Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand. Motion passed. Very good. Okay, that takes care of tamper. And JCI, troubleshoot the lift stations.
Yeah, I've got this in here because I didn't know if you guys wanted to pay from the sewer fund or the sewer upgrade fund.
What are we troubleshooting?
I did not say what they were troubleshooting.
It said
But I-
lift station 2 and 5.
I can tell you, because it's part of my discussion as well, lift station 5 is now running on 1 pump. KDHE requires that we have 2 pumps for that reason. I have Wes with BG looking for a spare pump for us to use as backup. Because the pump we sent in, we received an email that unfortunately the pump that was brought in for repair evaluation was not economical to repair. The pump was run backwards, which unthreaded the cutter. This caused the impeller to go to the shaft and damage to the cutter and shredder ring. Attaches a quote for a new grinder pump, which is almost $12,000. So I immediately called Wes. I said, what do we do with this bill? He said, do not spend the $12,000. He's gonna look at a replacement. He said, right now your lift station should be able to operate on 1 pump. He's gonna look for something that we can borrow to get us by until they start and maybe direct
October.
our, no, it's later than
Is
that
it
now.
later now?
Direct our contractor to start on lift station number 5 when they get here.
So a question I have is, how did we run it backwards?
So the radiator was running backwards, and it's probably a 480 motor, so they reverse the phases is what they've done.
I was afraid.
And then, again, that goes back to an earlier discussion of training and education of the individuals that installed it. So now that, in theory, just cost us $12,000 for untrained employees.
So for this one, that's why I submitted it to you guys this way instead of in the bills. I don't know that it's
Have we
True
started taking
sewer.
Have we taken anything out of that loan yet, or no?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
our payments that we send off to BG, Harry has to sign to get money off the loan on them. That's construction money.
Okay.
I see,
But do we take this from the sewer project or our sewer fund?
I see this as being our sewer fund.
That's what
I don't see,
Sewer
I don't
fund.
see this as being part of the contract with the upgrades, because we're required to have 2 pumps, we're down to 1 pump, we have to have 2 pumps no matter what.
That's a motion?
I make a
Well,
mo-
I could put it in the bills to be approved to be paid out of the regular bills then. If you'll put this in the blue folder, Scott, just up front, please. Thank you.
So we've taken care
Uh-huh.
of fitness. We're ready now for Michelle.
Okay, I discussed the pump, and I'll keep you updated on what Wes finds out for us. I gave you guys an agenda for a special meeting, and I have a door notice for you guys to sign. I'm gonna have to redo that because
We're adding.
Angela added something onto it, so I will send that to you guys and email you when I have the door notice ready for June 30th. Kyle, our auditors are ready to sit down and go over our budget, but they need a couple of things. Does the council have any special budget requests, like capital asset purchases or major products that we want to request funds for in 26 and 27? And the way I explain that, okay, say you want 100,000 to do streets. They're gonna move money from utilities to make sure we have that budget in our budget next year.
So they're just rearranging our money, is what they're
Yes,
doing.
yes. So they're asking, are there any special budget requests for 26 and 27? They're asking, is there gonna be any new debt or lease agreements? We obviously are not gonna buy a dump truck this year. We don't know yet. So I'll just give them a question mark on that. Question mark on the budget request. And utility rate increases, do we see any utility rates going up in 26 or 27? I did make a note that sewer will go up again, May of 27. Electric has not changed since 2016 and water's still the same as 2023. Do you guys want to change any of those before I submit all this stuff to him for? And last year we had a special meeting at July 7th to go over the budget with our auditors. And then the hearing was held August 6th at that council meeting at the beginning. So sometime in July, we'll sit down and go over budget. But if there's something you're wanting special in the budget now, now's the time I can email them and say, yeah, this is what they're wanting to do.
The only thing I can, that piece of equipment that we looked at there,
That
that
excavator thing?
might be something that we would be interested in.
Well, that would fall, see, you've got the equipment reserve, and we're allowed to spend that on equipment. Unless it exceeds $50,000.
And at this time, we really can't answer those questions.
How soon do they need to know?
Well, I need to send this stuff to them. I just got the email today. They're needing the following items sent to them. So that's why I highlighted that. I guess we can just, I can go ahead and send him and tell him no, or question mark, and then if something does come up in our
Because when we sit
July
down-
special meeting, it can be discussed and
When we
stuff can
sit
be
down
moved
to meet with
around.
them, we can say, hey, we want this raised or that raised,
Mhm.
or this, okay. So this is.
So
just-
we got that information coming up, and then also, which was shared earlier, the 4th of July. It's not fun for you.
Oh, well.
It's been a nightmare for the mayors in the past.
So how do we communicate this?
It is already on Facebook, there are flyers out there. We've had, people not happy about it because we don't enforce our city ordinances. I don't agree, I mean, yeah, you can't light them out in the street or the alley, but it's a lot better than lighting them in your grass and your grass catching on fire. Just clean up your mess. The next day after the 4th of July, when it's over with, you drive to town, you'll see, people don't clean up their mess, yeah. They don't clean up their mess. And, you know, with a police officer here, perhaps he can issue a citation for littering the next day and bring some income into the city.
Or code enforcement.
Mhm. Yep.
They could do the same
But,
thing.
but code enforcement, your sheriff's department isn't gonna back up your code officer if they've got issues.
And then that's a lot of overtime if you call her out. It doesn't walk about.
I was thinking about next day, if they're littering.
Well, if this stuff, yeah, still laying in the road. But I'm talking the holiday in general, it's never been a fun one. Always issues, somebody's gotta be silly.
What else?
That's it.
Okay. At this time, then we have an executive session. Non-elected personnel for, let's say, 10 minutes maybe. Need a motion?
Make a motion that we go into executive session for approximately 10 minutes.
Second.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
You want anybody else in attendance beside the council? Michelle?
I've got a few things I'd like to say off record.
What's
You want
Michelle?
to say them right now, or?
Off record, no. That's violating a city policy.
Okay. During the executive session?
Mhm.
Okay, well then, we'll need more than maybe 10 minutes.
Let's start.
You at 20?
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
with 20. All in favor, raise a hand. Do we have
Oh, Jacob, you can stay.
Oh, including that?
Ask questions.
Yeah.
You got 2 kids under the age of 2?
Well, one just turned 2, one was just born, yeah.
Oh my
Close
God.
enough to 2 under 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Pull my hair out.
She got hands full. I told you to get home.
She does. She does have things for you.
Okay. So, we need a motion if they're gonna let the write-offs fall off after a year.
Okay,
Don't we need a motion to
Start back.
start back up?
Motion to bring it back into open session, yeah.
I make a motion to bring, to end the executive session and go back into open session.
is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand.
Angela's in the bathroom.
Angela will be with it.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
Motion on the handbook, if we wanna have the write-ups drop off in a year, or just ignore it.
I make a motion that the write-ups drop off after
6 months.
6 months.
We have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, catch you up
Sorry.
real quick. We motion to go back from executive into open.
Right,
We knew you'd vote for it.
right.
And then we also making a motion for employee write-ups to fall off of their record after 6 months.
Okay, thanks.
And we're on second.
Yep, okay.
Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand.
And I need a motion to pay Jacob Manbeck $1,000 for June.
I make a motion to catch Jacob Mann back up for $1,000.
Or should we make a motion to pay Jacob according to his payment agreement or whatever going forward?
Yeah, contract.
But I don't have the payment agreement.
Oh, okay.
No.
Never mind.
Harry's got the payment agreement. You can email
Well, I
it.
haven't got it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
You can email.
I can
Well,
send it to you.
okay. And I think I sent you an I-9. If not, I'm gonna
You
send
did.
it to you again. I need that. Okay. So what was that again?
Never mind.
You're good.
So you made a motion to go ahead and pay him
Yep.
1,000?
That's what his contract
Okay.
is.
Is there a second? Second by Cindy. Discussion? All in favor? raise
Yeah, I
your
got a
hand.
discussion. Where do
Yeah.
we, can I get an address that it needs to be mailed to?
10 East Jackson, or I can just come pick it up, if that's gonna save you postage.
Okay, how about a phone number for you?
620-212-3879, and that's my cell,
Perfect.
so.
Okay, well,
Because I'm usually running around, so.
I'll get a hold of you when we got it ready.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So Cindy second.
Yep.
Okay. That's all the notes I had.
Now we need to
All in favor, say aye.
approve the treasurer's report.
Hold on.
Hold
All
on,
in
you went
fa-
too far.
all in favor, say,
Oh,
if you, because you didn't fill with the vote,
With what's vote?
Paying,
the paying Jake and me
Oh.
back. We got the motion and second.
I thought we
Okay.
did too. We'll do it again. All in favor, raise
So
your hand.
it's 10
There we go.
Sorry, I was like, hold on, we're not that far
I'm
yet.
tired. Okay,
So now we need to approve the,
file.
or
File
accept,
for audit.
file the treasurer's report. All in favor?
No motion, and then
Someone-
approval.
Yeah, yeah, let's do a motion first.
You don't need to on the treasury report, you
Okay.
need to file it for audit.
Okay. And so then,
We're all tired.
let's
I move we approve the bills.
let's
I
approve the
second.
bill.
Wait a minute.
She made a motion, I second it.
We have a motion.
No, we already have, we
Yeah,
already
approve the bills.
Yeah.
I second it. All in favor?
raise your hand. Is there any other motion passed?
No, I made the motion to go home.
Is there any other business? We have a motion to
We go home.
adjourn. Is there a second?
Ron?
Ron, all in favor, raise your hand. Thank you.
I didn't vote my fault. Don't know my vote.
Okay, let's stop this.
There.
Oh, I got it. Turn that video.
Did you ever turn it, did you get it back on?
Yeah, I did after.
Shut him off.